Thank you.
Big turnout. Big turnout.
Yeah, well, it's good. What? We will. All right, well, we appreciate all of you coming here because even though you're a small group, I think we're really going to expand your minds and change your perceptions of everything. What? No big deal. No big deal. Everyone play it cool. So it's really great being here and talking about how, all these memes and jokes and art and everything and how it makes the internet a really interesting culture. But the thing that we all know and we all, need to talk about is what the internet is really a place for.
So brands can prosper.
That is exactly right. The internet is about brands. So you're probably wondering, how can you appropriate all of this culture to serve your brand? And the way you do that is through disruption. So, Chris, what do you think everyone here is probably already thinking right now?
Well, geez, they're probably thinking, wait, the ecosystem has already been disrupted.
And they'd be right. Because if you look, the ecosystem has been disrupted. It's been wholly surpassed by disruption. But the thing is, you're not just looking to disrupt. You're looking to disrupt that disruption. So that's why we're excited today to present to you Disrupt Disruption, a case study in brand evangelism. We're going to show you how you can appropriate everything on the internet to shamelessly promote your own brand. And we're qualified to do this because we started localofferly.biz.
Coupons, socially, locally.
And you're probably already familiar with localofferly.biz because you've seen all your favorite friends, celebrities, and thought leaders
Guy Kawasaki
reserving their usernames on localofferly.biz. But in case you've been living under some sort of rock, Local Offerly is an amazing, disruptive, and some would say auto-magical means of disrupting the local offer space. It's
Groupon meets living social.
Exactly. So if you haven't yet, please go to the localofferly.biz launch page and reserve your username, avatar, email address, and future physical address.
Because they're almost all taken.
Yeah. So you might be looking at this thinking, these guys just have some startup that hasn't launched. Why should we care about them? Well, we're going to ask you to disrupt that thought. Why?
Because not launching is more disruptive than launching.
That is exactly accurate. We may not have launched yet, but this debit card has $3 million in first-round funding on it. We're in stealth mode right now. If Sequoia knew we were talking to you right now, they would kill us. But the thing is, we don't care. Why? Because we're disruptive. So moving on, who are we?
Well, I'm Chris Baker. I'm the Chief Innovation Disruption Officer. My clout score is 85.
And I am Mike Lacher. I'm the Chief Innovation Disruption Officer Ninja. My clout score is an 86.
Asshole.
And in case you're wondering, because most people usually are, how are our clout scores so high? Well, if you look at our Twitter profiles, we actually have very few followers. But the thing is, all of the people who do follow us are extremely engaged. The thing is, it's not about who follows you, it's who you follow. Having very few followers is disruptive. So before we decided to disrupt the local offer space, we were disrupting major brands. We've submitted unsolicited disruptive rebranding proposals to brands like Google,
Nike,
Ask.com,
and Wander. We don't know who they are or what their startup is about, but they need to be more disruptive.
That is exactly true. So now we'd like to disrupt these intros and go ahead and tell you how you can use disruption to foster your brand on the internet. And the first step to doing that is by making everything gamified. If you need things to stick, they have to be gamified. Hey, Chris, if you had to define disruption, what would you define it as?
Well, I'd say it's gamifying that which has refused to be gamified.
That is exactly accurate. And so in that spirit, this presentation has been disrupted by sticky gamification. We've divided our presentation into levels. And in order to level up through our presentation, you have to engage with us socially. Otherwise, the presentation cannot move forward. So right now, we're going to start at level 1. And Chris, what do we need to do to pass level 1?
We need 10 mentions on Twitter.
That is exactly right. So please mention localofferlybiz, #TEDx. We're going to need 10 if we're going to advance to level 2, so please get tweeting. Chris is sitting here live tweeting this entire time, so feel free to tweet at him. Chris will engage with you, and everything will end up being extremely sticky.
Local Offerly Biz, give us a mention, #TEDx, please.
Yeah, and so in terms of gamification, it's really nothing new. It just hasn't really been fully used to disrupt the cloud quite yet. So historically, gamification has worked wonders. For example, the Great Depression.
Was gamified into Monopoly.
Exactly. And the war on drugs.
Drug wars.
And the passionate act of lovemaking.
Sex dice.
Exactly. So as you can see, gamification has worked. But the question that remains is, how do you disrupt the cloud? And the answer?
HTML5.
That's exactly true. As a lot of you are probably aware, the old way to make your content interactive was through Flash. And as Steve Jobs taught us, Flash was a horrible monster that held us all captive within its clutches. Flash was a terrible dictator. Flash is basically to the web as
Joseph Kony was to Uganda.
So now that we're free of Flash, what can we do with HTML5? We can do things like animations,
Video.
apps,
Weather.
and books. All are possible through HTML5. So in order to show you the true capabilities of HTML5, we have disrupted our presentation with HTML5. So look at some of this incredible HTML5 technology we've integrated. There's no Flash in any of that.
This is not Flash.
It's not Flash. It's one seamless experience. And the best part is, this is all device agnostic. So, what have we done before to, show the disruptive power of HTML5?
Well, this is just your average tired, boring Subway advertisement.
But this is that Subway advertisement with HTML5. You'll see that once you integrate HTML5 into a print advertisement, it instantly becomes sticky and engaging. People walk past it, people want to engage with it, and finally this ad works across all devices. All right, so now we've reached the end of level 1, so we are going to need to level up to level 2, we are going to need 10 mentions on Twitter. So Chris, do we have 10 mentions on Twitter?
No, we don't.
Okay, level 2 is locked. So we do need you to add us, localofferlybiz, #TEDx.
There's no E in offer.
Yeah. So we will need it, otherwise the presentation cannot move forward. How are we doing?
We have no mentions.
We have no mentions. We have no mentions. We will.
Wait. Two. We have two mentions.
We have 2 mentions.
We
We're
need
gonna need 10 mentions to continue.
All right, 7.
Weren't able to get just at local offerly.
The business name is localofferly.biz.
Sir, our startup is localofferly.biz.
Yeah. All right, we did it. We did it, everybody. We reached it, and now level 2 is unlocked, and we can move forward. But please, feel free to still mention us on Twitter, #TEDx. Chris will continue to live tweet and engage with you. All right, so now that we're in level 2, what's our goal for level 3? That's going to be 10 likes on Facebook.
We need 10 likes on Facebook during this level.
So please visit facebook.com/localofferlybiz and like us, #TEDx. We will need that to move forward. All right, so entering into level 2, we'd like to start out with a quote. God is dead.
Nietzsche.
And now we'd like to follow that with another quote. Brand evangelism is alive and well.
Localofferlybiz.
So, Chris, if I were to ask you, what would you say brand evangelism means?
I'd say it's getting people to tweet, post, share, meme, and die for your brand.
That is exactly true. Brand evangelism isn't just some buzzword. It's been proven effective and everywhere, from the laboratory.
This rat is a brand evangelist.
Yeah, to the desert.
Charles Manson had more brand evangels than Jesus.
Yeah, so we wanted to harness some of this magic brand evangelism power and see how it would work. So we took some localofferly.biz t-shirts down to a local homeless shelter.
So this guy is now a brand evangelist.
Yeah, and the thing is that the homeless are just the perfect brand evangelists for a local offer platform because no one is more local than the homeless.
They're hyper-local.
Exactly. Okay, so now we'd also like to do a quick live demo of some of a bleeding edge brand evangelist technique. So could everyone please look at Chris right now? All right, now you might not even realize it, but right now, you are all localofferly.biz brand evangelists. Some of you, if you close your eyes right now, you'll be able to see the localofferly.biz logo burned in behind your eyes. Others of you, it might take a day, weeks, maybe months, even years. Could be on your deathbed. Then you will finally see the localawfully.biz logo presented to you.
This will haunt you.
Exactly. So let's also talk about banner ads. We use hyper-targeted banner ads to make sure that we show the exact right ad based on the user's gender, location, age, browsing history, and recent text messages. We would ask what among you have seen our banner ads before, but the thing is that we already know who it was. It's that guy. So thank you for your clicks. They could be more. I'm kidding. All right, so that now brings us to the close of level 2. So now we need to get to level 3. Chris, do we have 10 likes on Facebook?
We do not.
All right, level 3 is locked. We are going to need 10 likes on facebook.com/localawfullybiz, #TEDx. Okay, and we can move forward. Level 3 is now unlocked, but still feel free to like us or suggest that your friends like us. localawfullybiz is the page name, #TEDx. All right, so now during level 3, the challenge that we're going to introduce is we need one person to join our Google Plus Hangout. So we will need at least one person to join the Hangout. If you find us on Google Plus, add us, maybe you have a disruptor circle, you can add us to that. And then just join our Hangout by the end of this section to level up. And meanwhile, still feel free to mention us on Twitter and engage with us otherwise. So, Chris, would you say that doing all this work to disrupt disruption and recruit brand evangelism, is that a lot of hard work?
Not when you have memes and virals.
That's exactly right. The great thing about memes and virals is that they do all the work for you, and you don't have to do anything to advertise your brand. All you do is make people love you so much that they will create content that you can take and use as your own. So just look here at some of the incredible memes that our rabid user base has made. These weren't by us or by anyone we know. These are just by the general public. So, like this one. This uses I think it's the Scummy Steve template.
This is one of my favorites, my friend Greg.
And this is Mad Guy.
And the Drake.
Yeah. So these are all just amazing memes that have just sort of emerged out of the ether because our fans are just so dedicated to our brand.